For years, American companies have proudly used the Stars and Stripes as part of their visual communications on websites, in brochures, even in logos or names. And sometimes this is to reassure customers, to show products are manufactured locally, that customer service isn't being outsourced overseas, and so on. Sometimes it's a question of pride. Veteran-owned businesses are particularly likely to fly the flag in this way. Sometimes it's just because the company's core values seem to be so well aligned with traditional American values. And all of these are perfectly valid, and there's never been an issue with this. But now we're facing a new problem. When we or our clients are communicating with an audience in the US, and the majority of our clients are in the US, so this is a massive issue for us, then we've always been able to assume that the Stars and Stripes will be understood positively and as a sort of unifying icon. We're now facing the possibility that the associations that Americans have of the Stars and Stripes might be negative. Internationally, American iconography has always been challenging because American values are so widely appreciated and respected, but for various reasons, the appreciation of the United States and therefore the view of its iconography can be quite complex and quite varied in its reception. But this has never been an issue for us within the US. What we have now is a completely new question of whether Americans are starting to see American iconography in negative ways. So what we have here is part of a research project that we're working on for a client, and we're looking at a fairly specific demographic. So this excludes people who don't have high school diplomas or are on a low income. All respondents are female, they're within a fairly specific age band. But these people in many ways are the backbone of America, and if we have a problem here, then we have a problem. And this is definitely a problem. The idea that 1 in 5 Americans might now react to the Stars and Stripes negatively is shocking. What's more interesting than the headline figure, though, is the range of negative associations that the flag has accrued. And this isn't just a question of left or right. Certainly the jingoism of the current administration has alienated a lot of Americans, but we also see a sense of sadness, of loss, of uncertainty and fear from mainstream and conservative voices. And we see a lot of specific issues raised, for example, the Christian fundamentalist question of whether the flag is a false icon that distracts from the pursuit of the kingdom of God. So we don't even have the simplicity of being able to say some people see the flag negatively because of issue X, and therefore we can address that issue when we show the flag. And that's just a communications issue. It's more complex than that. The range of anxieties, the negative concerns, the values that are now coming into people's minds when they see the Stars and Stripes, this is such a range and such a multiplicity, it's very hard to address from a communication point of view. Obviously, this is just based on one research project. If other people have other data, we would absolutely love to see it. But what we have here is a tragedy, that what was previously such an uplifting, positive, unifying symbol is now becoming so highly problematic. And what we're advising our clients to do, and I very much doubt we're the only people advising this, is to dial back on the American iconography until at least after the dust has settled from the 2020 election. And after that, hopefully the Stars and Stripes can return to the elevated position, the positive sense of values, the unifying icon that it was before. But we'll have to see.